Hair bleaching might look simple and very easy to do, like you just feel, oh, is it not just mix a product and bleaching powder? But there is more to it than just just mixing one liquid and one powder, or just coloring your hair into the desired color that you want. In fact, a lot of hairstylists has chop slap, and a lot of hairstylists have entered into debt as a result of bleaching gone wrong. Even some people, when you do it personally for yourself, a lot have even destroyed their expensive hair as a result of just because they feel that bleaching or hair dyeing is very easy to do. So in today's video, I'll be talking about some of the facts that you need to know about hair bleaching or hair dye, and at the same time too, I want to talk about I want to compare factory made factory colored wigs or hair versus you the stylist made or stylist colored bleach or colored hair, or personal colored bleach or colored hair. So these and many more I will talk about in today's video. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome, and to my old subscribers, you guys has been amazing. And if I just see my channel for the first time, you are welcome. My name is Benita. Please feel free to click the subscribe button to join the family. So let me start with facts about hair bleaching or hair coloring. One first fact you need to know about hair coloring is that synthetic hair or blend hair cannot be bleached. Yes, I get a lot of these questions. Oh, Benita, can I bleach a synthetic hair? Benita, can I bleach a blend hair? No, I always tell you, don't be deceived. You can never bleach a synthetic hair or blend hair. It will not even bleach. So it's just like you are wasting your bleaching powder. It's just a waste of bleaching powder or a waste of your hair color. So what I tell people is that it's even advisable, if at all you want a colored hair, it's better you buy a synthetic colored hair or synthetic or colored blend hair that is already done from the factory, because I don't know how those companies do it. But personally, bleaching your synthetic hair or blend hair, it can never be bleached. So don't get it twisted. You can never bleach colored hair. You can never bleach or color a synthetic hair or a blend hair, because even if, like blend hair, even if it even manages to, you will not even see the effects at all. Synthetic hair is a no-no. Blend hair is a no-no. So there's no need for you buying or wasting your money on bleaching or making an attempt. You just waste your bleach. So get that at the back of your mind. Let me just clear this once and for all. I pray a lot of people come across this video, so they will have it at the back of their mind that you can never bleach a synthetic hair or a blend hair. So another fact about bleaching is that not all woman hair are bleachable. Yes, you might say, but how? Fine, most of these companies, even especially in packets, they will say bleach, dye. But trust me, even naked hairs is not all that can stand the power of bleaching powder or hair coloring. Yes, because fine, they are woman hair, they are expensive. The hair can be expensive, but the texture cannot be able to stand the power of hair bleaching or hair coloring. Hair bleach powders, developers, and all of that, they are very, very strong and powerful. So sometimes after going through that very rigorous hard process, most of those hair might end up not having coming back to their normal self. Even a good one, it takes certain product for you to bring back the moisture of that hair, not to talk of the one that cannot not the one that cannot stand the power of hair bleaching. I am talking from experience, because I know how I've messed up one or two of my woman hair as a result of hair bleaching, that in fact I couldn't even recognize the texture of that hair again after bleaching it. So have it at the back of your mind. In as much as woman hair are very bleachable and can be dyed, trust me, it's not all of them that can stand that can stand the power of bleaching. So you have to be very careful. That is why most of the time, if you are a stylist or you want to do it for your personal use, it's advisable you bring out some portion of that hair, maybe just cut few pieces, bleach it and see how it goes. So if it's something that you can do, then after then maybe you wash it and let it dry, then you will now be able to decide maybe it's something that you can bleach. You can go further to bleach the other the bundles of the hair, so that, or the wig, so that you don't destroy it, you don't destroy your hair. Because there are some hair that after going through that bleaching, is either it will not come out the color that you want, or the texture of that hair will never remain the same, even if it's a new hair, trust me. So it's not all, in as much as most of these companies can tell you woman hair is bleachable and all of that, it's not all hair that can be bleached or colored. So when it comes to that, you have to be very careful. That's why it's either, most of the time I even advise people, either you buy the one that is already colored from the company, or you take it to a very good professional that at least that knows what he or she is doing. But don't just carry your hair. That is why most of the time I don't even blame this wig color hair colorist of when they charge, because it's not something that you can just, it's more than just applying dye or bleach into your hair. There are certain things that you need to do to when bleaching your hair, so that it will come out very nice, and it will still retain the texture of that hair. So another fact again you need to know is that there are certain products that you need when after bleaching or coloring your hair. Yes, you don't just use a random shampoo or a random conditioner or just anyhow. No, like for shampoos, it's always advisable to use a neutralizing shampoo. That is, if you cannot afford those shimmery shampoo, it's always advisable to use a neutralizing shampoo, so that it will take off the dye completely from the hair. So you don't just use a normal random shampoo that you come across or you have at home. So you have to use a neutralizing shampoo or a shimmery shampoo to purple color shampoo to wash off the bleach properly from the hair. And also conditioners as well, you don't just use anyhow conditioner. You need a very good deep conditioning mask or deep conditioning treatment milk, keratin milk, which I have videos on that. I will leave the link in the description box, so that it will bring back the moisture of that hair. Because hair bleaching and hair that, no matter what, it's very drying. So you need those products. You need a good conditioner, you need a good shampoo to bring back the moisture of that hair after bleaching it. So these are the few facts or things that you need to consider when before bleaching your human hair at home, or before even as a stylist. These are the things that you need to consider. And mind you, please, if you are not really sure of it, I will advise you, don't go into hair bleaching. Don't do it, especially for a customer, so that you don't enter into debt, or you destroy your hair that you bought with your hard-earned money. Let me talk about factory colored hair and a personal colored hair, or hair that is colored by a stylist. The difference, or let me just compare the two. So what is factory colored hair? Hair that is already colored from the factory is those colored hair that you bought. Although it's a straightforward thing to know, but it's something that is a hair or wig that is already colored from the manufacturer or the producer of that hair. And why a self-made colored hair, or a stylist or locally made colored hair, is that hair that maybe you give a stylist to color for you, or you color it yourself. So now I want to do a little comparison, or should I say why I prefer a factory colored hair than a self-made or a locally colored hair. So first of all, a factory colored hair that is already colored from the factory is always very uniform. Yes, it's blendable, it's uniform. Yes, because I don't know how they do it, or I don't know products they apply. You will discover that everything, even from the closure to the color, everything is always uniform, everything is always the same. Like this now, this is a blend hair, but it's a colored blend hair, and it's from the factory. So if now me doing it by myself, or if for example it's even a human hair, I don't, most of the time it doesn't come out well. It doesn't come out, uniform. It doesn't come out, it doesn't blend well. Sometimes it's either when you do it yourself, I mean. So the one that is already done from the factory is always very uniform, is always very looks the same, looks real, even from the closure is always looking perfect than the one that you give, a stylist, or the one that you do yourself. So I don't know if you get me or you understand what I'm trying to say. So it's always very uniform. That's the color. It's always the same. It doesn't come out, because there are sometimes that after bleaching your weave or your wig, sometimes maybe some part will be black, some part will be red, some part, you just get mixture. But if the one that is already that comes from the factory is always very, very, uniform in color. Let me put it that way. Than the one that is personally. I'm not saying there are some professional wig colorists or hair colorists that are very, very good, that they will do it and it will come out very nice. But it's not always as simple as that. Colored hair are always silky, and has that shiny and silky look. It doesn't really look dry. Yes, if you notice it, if you buy a colored hair, either packet hair, naked hair, it always come very silky, and it doesn't look dry most of the time, compared to a locally made one, or compared to the one that you already, you give a stylist, or compared to the one that you did yourself. If you notice it, if you buy a colored hair, it's always silky, it's always shining, it's always looking moistured than the one that you did yourself, or the one they do for you. Those ones always tend to be dry. If I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Like this one now is a blend hair, but at least it still looks silky because it is already done from the factory. So I don't know what those factories, maybe there's a secret product they are using that we don't know. But I realized that, and I noticed that most colored hair that are colored from the factory, that you buy from the manufacturer, comes colored, is always looking silkier, softer, and lush, more than the one you do yourself. Those ones always end up coming out dry. So that's it for that. And another thing is that factory made colored hair are always neater. Yes, they are always neater, they are always well put together than the one that is made from locally made, or that the one that is made on than the one that is made by your stylist, or the one that you made yourself. And another thing is that it is is cheaper. Factory made colored hair, although I'm not saying the cheap, it's still more expensive than the black one, but it's always cheaper compared to when you want to give a professional money to color your hair for you. It tends to be more expensive, extremely very expensive. So by the time you calculate the money that you just use it to buy a already made colored factory weave or wig in the market, if you compare the money that you give a professional to do it for you, it's very, very expensive. So the factory made colored hair are always cheaper than when you give you a stylist, or when you do it yourself. Because when you even do it yourself, by the time you calculate the money that you use to buy different types of bleach powder or liquid bleaching colored to bleach it, or even the products like conditioner, leave-in conditioner, the product that you even use, if you calculate the money, is even more expensive than just buying it directly colored. So another comparison again is that factory colored hair has limited color. This would be a disadvantage on the factory colored hair side part, because there are some colors that you might not get in a factory made weave or wig. Like most of the factory made wig we get in the market is just blonde, gold, wine, and maybe red sometimes, which is not even always that common, or piano color. But compared to a locally colored hair that you give a stylist or the one you did yourself, it's very easy for you to, go into the market. There are different colors of bleaching powder or liquid bleach color that you can use. But when it comes to factory, their colors are always limited. There are certain colors that you hardly get, when you want to buy a colored hair or colored wig in the market, compared to, when you can buy it, the bleaching powder is very easy for you to get it in the market and do it yourself, or give a stylist to, you can get any color of your choice, to do it yourself, than, but the factory colored hair are limited in colors. Let me put it that way. They are always limited in colors, compared to when, you do it yourself or you give a stylist. You have that tendency of, having a a color of your choice than, buying it in the market. They are always very limited. That's for factory colored hair or wigs. These are the few comparison between factory colored hair and, locally colored hair or self-made colored hair or stylist colored hair. In my own overall or personal judgment, I think I still prefer to buy hair that is already colored from the factory or from the company than doing it myself or giving a stylist to do it for me, because it is very, very risky. Like I said in the first part of this video, that's why I always advise people, because I think the one made from the factory, the colors always come out better than the one that is made. Although, don't get me wrong, like I said, there are some professional hair colorists that are very good, that, that they will do a good job, but they are very, very few, and it's a very technical thing to do. So that's it for this video. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer buying a colored hair or colored wig, or you prefer giving it to a stylist, or you prefer giving doing it yourself? And if there's any point too that I did not mention, make your contribution is welcome in the comment section. I really appreciate it. And if there's any question you'd like to ask, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer you. So, but before you click off from this video, if you have watched to this point and you haven't subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button to join the family, and also click on the notification bell to get notified anytime I post a new video. Share this video, share my videos. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye for now.